Wow.
You've never seen so much solo stuff in your life.
No, best bro. Look at this. Look at Alex. Alex, your dummy's looking good, bro.
Almost said how much solo.
Well, you're already doing so.
Oh, wow.
I gave it a chance.
All right, hombres. Yeah, switch this. 1 second. How do you switch this around again?
No, it's
But
perfect.
it's gonna warm up in like 3 minutes. So.
Actually, 3 minutes. It didn't hurt in like 2 minutes. You'll be all right.
Hey, Noah.
Yo.
By the way, that poster's going to be yours someday.
The what?
My Big Lebowski poster, man. That's going to be for
Oh,
you.
yeah, nice.
Oh,
Will you sign that for me, too?
That's going to be part of your incentive program.
Dude. Man, this is the best decision I ever made. Joining the state police.
So we've been waiting for a guy like you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna change the whole operation. But this is jiu-jitsu time now. We'll worry about that.
Let's get this payment lamppost gift card. All right, guys. So today we're going to warm up. We're going to review a little bit. We're not going to review. We're going to warm up with some of Coach Isaac's motion drills. And we're going to kind of play that into our bag drills that we've been going over the past week. And we're going to get a good 3 5-minute warm up with that. Noah's going to keep time. So if you have a dummy at home, which a lot of you do, we'll go ahead and use that. If not, we can just kind of be creative and obviously use the ground, okay, when we get there. Once we're warmed up, then we're going to start going over our own a couple other solo drills. So what these are going to do, or these are I warm up, I try to warm up with these before I roll every time. I like these a lot, and it's going to go over kind of our movements for our submissions. So we're going to literally go over everything from rear naked choke to a little bit of triangle to Kimura, some guillotine, and just kind of flow through that. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask whenever you need to. Once we go through that, I'll also demonstrate a little bit on the partner so you guys can see that how it's applicable to actual live training. And from there we'll just build on it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to start with just 3 minutes of stance motion, level change, penetration steps, hip downs, go behinds, be creative with your stand-up. And then you'll see that as I do that, as I get a takedown, I'm going to take down into my dummy and then work our guard passing, knee on belly, and side control drills that we did last week. All right, so we'll just get a good flow going. We'll get the heart rate going, get our lungs pumping a little bit, and hopefully you guys get some good work at home. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So just on your own, work your stance, work your down blocks, work your level change. Remember, we have 3 level changes. We have stagger step, we have scissor step, and then we have double knee drop. All right. So we're just working around. We have our hip down. Remember, we're not just scroll our hips back. Force down into our partner. And we're circling. Level change, penetration step. Level change, penetration step. Hip down. Shoot. And then you can see I'm just going to shoot right into our dummy drills, right? So I go here, go knee cup position, get an underhook. Doesn't work. Next pass. Step into my leg locks, come back. Work the tornado. Back up. Sit down. Back up. Back up to neutral. Small.
All right, time.
So, great way. Get your heart beating a little bit. It's great when we're doing conditioning, like for jiu-jitsu practice, because we want our strength and conditioning to be as much like our training as it can be. So, great way to warm up. Great way to get some cardio in, and the whole time you're working on your standing skills and some ground skills as well. All right, so hope everybody's warmed up. Loosen up a little bit. All right. I want to put this to the side. And then, so now we're going to start our solo drills. Okay. So these are the ones, again, I try to do these before I roll to get my mind thinking about submission, but also my nervous system kind of connected to my body. All right. So, and the first one I like to start with, king of all submissions, the rear naked choke. All right, so we're just gonna have a seat on our butt. We're gonna pull our leg in, all right? And I'm taking this hand, I'm gonna, my opposite hand in the knee that's up, and I'm gonna grip my foot. Just like if I was behind a partner, I would have a grip on their control arm. All right, so the control side underneath, I have the knuckle line. That's what I'm thinking about when I grab my ankle here. All right, this outside hand is gonna come nice and tight. Okay, I'm gonna make like a wedged fist here. All right, that way I can get underneath my opponent's jaw, and I'm gonna come all the way around my own knee, squeezing it nice and tight, wrapping around, wrist to wrist, sliding all the way in. Okay, again, boom, sliding in, wrist to wrist, get nice and deep. Okay, this is a great way to work on your rear naked choke. All right, get a good squeeze. Okay, that was 3. Before training, I like to do like 3 each side. All right, like 1 to 3 each side. But as like a workout, you can do 5, 10. It's whatever, you know. So again, grip it nice and tight. Wedged hand, elbow tight. Bring my wedge around, all the way around. The further you get your elbow through, the better. Then you lock it up, get a good squeeze on your knee. You'll notice that like your forearms will get a little bit sore almost, okay? That's good. No pain, no gain, right? And also, you'll notice that it might be tough for you at first to get all the way around your knee. You know, you might like be up here, okay? It's just something that you'll get better at over time, okay? So we come over, squeeze, wrist to wrist, boom. So you see that the whole time, I'm setting my mechanics, thinking about strangling somebody. Boom, on to the next one, okay? So for the next one, I like to do the guillotine, just because. All right, so from here, I start like from butterfly guard. All right, I'm gonna come and do a hip up, okay? After I hip up, I'm gonna throw my hand all the way around, so I get nice and high between my partner's, like around my partner's jaw here. So ideally, their chin is here, okay? And I'm occupying this space between like their jaw and their collarbone here, okay? Now from here, I go high elbow, throw my leg over top, get a good squeeze, okay? Think about squeezing like with your lats, okay? With your arms, yes, but with your lats as well. Then we just come up, boom, boom, boom. hip up, throw in the guillotine, step over my opponent first, right? And then I squeeze, think about punching my lat, squeezing my lat. Come back up, boom, 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 boom. I also do like arm and guillotine, so same thing, except for now, it's obviously instead of going high, I come around my partner's throat, I reinforce, keep my elbow pinched into my side. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Notice I don't fall straight back on my butt. I fall to my side, come up, over top, or just leaving the post there for the sweep. Okay, come back to center, hip up, get my guillotine, nice and tight, squeezing with my lats, squeezing with my arms, onto my side, back down. One more time, sit up. This is a good drill for hip ups too. This hip up itself is a good drill. Okay, so all we're doing, you know, when we attack a guillotine, we don't necessarily want to be here on our hips. It's going to be easy for our opponent to pass like that. So if I'm up like this, I can get a better angle, or I can also come out the front headlock a little better too. So I get nice and tight, come to my side, come over top. I've been crunching this, taking this space, making it smaller so I get a good strangle on my opponent. All right? So we'll come back. Just to review, rear naked choke, boom, coming around, wrist to wrist, sliding behind, getting a good mat grip. You can even do like the rotational finish on here too. So I squeeze, push my chest out. So I'm using my back, my lat muscles, just like we were talking. I take my elbow and I rotate through, okay? I come up, I go high elbow guillotine, coming through. I come up, arm in guillotine, same thing, coming through. All right, so again, I like to do these to warm up right before I roll. You know, like a partner isn't just gonna let you run through every submission, you know, right before you roll every time. So this is just a good way to get your brain connected, thinking about our submissions. Even, you know, as we go further, we'll start working on you know, guillotine to triangle, rear naked choke, that's not working, triangle, we'll work a little flow like that too, all right? So next one we're gonna work on, simple, it's just to get our hips off the air. In Jiu-Jitsu, we're probably not attacking our opponent with our hips on the ground, right? They're always gonna be up. So the easiest way to start just drilling this and to get develop some core strength, I'm just going to start flat on my back. I'm just going to take my toes, take my heels, and drive them to the top. Okay, I can work go even further, and I can get like a grip with my upper body. Okay, so now I'm doing the same thing, but thinking about holding on to my opponent's arm, you know, or even a leg, like a knee bar. Same thing. Just get our hips up, okay? From there, I like to do the same thing, but I'll go heels down. So now I hip up, I keep my heels down, like I would if I was arm barring somebody. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so good drill to get our hips off the ground. So next, we're just gonna go right into triangle, okay? So for our triangle, same thing, hips off the ground, we shoot, okay? We shoot, cross our legs, and then bring our legs in, get a good grip on our shin, okay? Think about like that shin grip. You can also do like you'd be grabbing your opponent's head, pulling it in nice and tight. We go hips up, boom, squeezing in, boom, boom. Boom. Okay, this is one, for example, where I'll start with my heels down. Boom, 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 boom. Grip on the head. Boom, boom. Okay, so easy way to warm your core up. Again, also thinking about, you know, arm bar, triangle. Okay. So the next part of our triangle is always, we can't triangle somebody perpendicular, square with them. We want to get perpendicular. So now we add a little bit of an angle twist, okay? So same thing. Now I shoot my triangle and I come to an angle. All right, I shoot my triangle, I come to an angle. Shoot my triangle, come to an angle. Shoot my triangle, come to an angle. Okay, I can go, you can do like three the same way. Boom, boom, boom. Go the other way. Right? Are they getting it?
Yeah, look at it.
Get it all right? All right, good. So that's a good way to warm up get our core warmed up a little bit, kind of get our back warmed up a little bit. We've already went through three strangles. Okay, so we've done rear naked choke, some guillotine, a little guillotine warm up, and also our triangle. Thank you. Okay, so moving on. So now I like to just warm up my hips a little bit, okay, while I'm on my back. All right. So with that, I'll just be on my back. I'm going to essentially do kind of like a flower sweep. All right, but I'm just taking my momentum that way, then I'm taking my momentum the other way. All right. So I'm going to kick this one down. This one comes up. My legs go down, and then I come back here. Boom. 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 Okay? I can do the same thing with the scissor sweep, where I keep my legs a little closer together. This one's on the ground, and I kick. Boom. 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 Okay. Next, I like to do hip ups. So I'll do a couple, just like we did for the guillotine. Hips up, back down, hips up, back down. So if we were attacking like a front headlock from butterfly, or we were trying to attack a front headlock from butterfly guard, we're trying to do a sweep from bottom where we need to get up into our wrestling. This is applicable, okay? Where we plant one side, and then we come up either super strong, like into a shot, or like I said, maybe into a front headlock. Back down, underneath, boom, back down, switch, boom, back down, switch, boom, back down, switch, boom, back down. Okay? So you guys should be sweating a little bit, I know I am for sure. Like I said, I like to do these before I roll, and I always want to be warmed up. If I'm not warmed up when I roll, it's absolute poop. Absolute poop, So the more warm I am, the better I am at flowing, the better, my brain's working better, So you should always be warmed up when you're either A, competing, or B, just rolling anyway, just rolling in class, just to make sure that you're going to be safe. Most of our injuries are going to come when we're cold, when our body's not warm. So we're most likely to, pull a muscle, strain a muscle, maybe sprain a ligament, things like that, and sprain a ligament because our body's not moving how it would if we were warmed up and our brain was nice and connected to it. Okay, so we're going to move on now. We've only done a couple of strangles and some hip movements, so now we're going to work our Jiujitsu. All right, so this is easiest to do just from mount. Okay, so I went over this on our dummy a little bit, but I'm going to review it, and I'm going to go over a couple different ways that I like to do it, just to, again, get my body moved up or get my body warmed up and moving the way I want it before I try and break somebody's arm, So we're going to start in a good mount, right? So, obviously we need to visualize this a little bit too, okay? And I like to do three different arm bars, all right? So the first one is just, my opponent just, isn't defending his arm well, and I can just, you know, kind of attack it with my chest high, go into S mount, grabbing both arms, and then send back into Jiujitsu. All right, so for that, I just base. I take my hands and I post on the mat. Like I would post like this triangle here that I create would be where my opponent's arm is, okay? Then from there, I'm gonna slide up, boom. All right, so this knee is sliding right next to my opponent's head, even pushing their head over a little bit. This leg slides up and around, okay? You'll notice that this will help your flexibility too. Also, just the key, we wanna make sure that we're up on our ball of our foot back here. All right, if I'm down like this, it's easy for our opponent to bridge us this way. We don't have a good base. Where if I'm up, it's a little bit harder. All right, now I like to grab both arms. Again, like pulling them in with my back. All right, now what I like to do for this is I like to post on my foot for a little like dexterity, and then I bring my leg over. Okay, so now from here, I keep my heels driven into the mat. Okay, I can pinch my legs together, and I'm gonna extend my hips, push my hips in. All right, so I'm not just pulling his arm down, I'm using my hips. So you can see how much more breaking potential we'll have from that. And then I'll use my hips to get back up. Other side, coming forward, boom, getting a grip, boom, finish. Okay, and then our next one is a little bit lower now, okay? So more like I'm smothering my opponent, all right? And I expose an arm, and then I do the same thing. Boom, bringing that around. You notice the flexibility you'll develop and get into that S mount. Now, this time, all right, instead of coming up on this leg, all right, I'm gonna lean to this direction, all right? I'm gonna staple his arm in and grab underneath his thigh. And then I'm gonna throw my leg over and come to the same position. Okay, and then finish. Again, I'm nice and low. Boom, gripping, getting a good grip. Harnessing that arm to me, underhooking the leg, bringing my leg over, pinching my knees together, and again, finishing. All right, now the last one. Sometimes you don't have the luxury of grinding your opponent into an armbar. The armbar is like there and then it's gone, okay? So for that one, I just like to post, and then I'm essentially just gonna throw my hips into it. Boom. Post. Boom. Okay, that one's like the most fun, for sure. And when you hit an armbar like that live, you feel really good about it too. So those are some drills I do to warm up for Jiujitsu. Okay, so now that we're through Jiujitsu, okay, I like to do a couple heel hook drills as well. Okay, so for people that maybe that aren't to the level of attacking heel hooks yet, this is still good. You know, you're getting a good movement in, and it's pretty fun too. If you're adept with heel hooks a little bit, you know, this is a good way to make sure that you're, you know when you heel hook, sometimes it's easy for us for our braking mechanics to be off. It's not as simple as an extension like the armbar, you know? So this is a good way for us to work that a little bit, okay? So for that one, okay, I like to start kind of like I'm in full ashi position or a root ashi position. So this leg's across, my opponent's leg is here, their heel's like here. Think like a doorknob, like right here. Okay. For that one, I'm gonna come. Sure, yeah. All right. So I'm in full ashi. I got a reach and cross. Okay, as you'll see, like I said, his heel was here, his heel's here. Okay, but you guys, it should be a good demonstration for you guys. So from here I come underneath, okay? Remember there are two ways we can grab this. One is with a good Grable grip where I go palm down and then I can connect it. All right, from there I curl a little bit, okay? So I'm not just like twisting, okay? Because sometimes we'll twist the heel, okay? I'm curling a little bit and rotating. So kind of going like this, okay? So without anybody, all right, I'm here, I curl, and I rotate. I didn't even extend my hips a little bit like I was, okay? So now from here, he rolls, all right? So he rolls, I base on my head, I roll through, and I come to full ashi position. It's best to like get a triangle here, okay? Just like we would for finishing, okay? Now from here, I have the same grip. I'm nice and tight. He hasn't dug his heel in. I still have heel exposure. And then from here, remember, I'm going to lift my hips off the mat and take my shoulder more towards him, okay? So I go like this, okay? That's going to get my break, all right? So same thing. I guess I could have demonstrated all these on an actual partner. So if anybody wants me to go back and demonstrate them on Isaac, I will, no problem, okay? So I'm here, I'm reaping. I go for this. He rolls. I roll. I go to a triangle. I keep everything nice and tight. And then I bring my shoulder towards his hips. I lift my hips off the mat. Okay? Just like we were practicing with the movement. Okay? So then we go the other way. So boom, I'm reaped. I get a good heel hook. Okay, I finish. Boom. I think about breaking the guy's leg. He rolls. I roll through. I like to roll on my forehead, not like on my chest. I like to roll on my forehead. Boom, I come through, triangle. Hips up, shoulder towards. All right, now if I'm not getting the tap, now is when I would start to rotate a little bit. Okay? So same thing for our inside Sakaku. Okay? So let's say I have the same position. I'm in inside Sakaku. Now I have the heel hook on this side, right? So for the first one, okay, I'm gonna rotate a little bit this way. Boom. Okay. If that doesn't work, right? If he's sticking his, if he's really good at hiding his heel, he's getting pressure into me. Then I come down, right? My feet goes underneath his butt, right? And then my heels come off the ground. Shoulder goes towards him. And then if I need to, then I will twist a little bit. Okay. So a great way. So, think about, with that one, we're kind of going through our opponent's defense too. And that's how these solo drills should be. Like, let's say you have a training session and you're training by yourself and you want to work through jiu-jitsu. You can go through these and connect these in different patterns, just like you would a jiu-jitsu attack series, So like armbar, triangle, omoplata, he rolls, you come up, knee on belly, for example. Okay, so you kind of develop these pathways in your mind of where you would like to go, and you also develop reactions of where your opponent goes whenever you're trying to attack these, and trying to make them realistic too. Okay, so another one I like to do is straight ankle lock. Okay, so for the straight ankle lock, I'm here. All right, remember I want like a grip right on like the fatty part of my hand here underneath my pinky, okay? So I come up nice and high, I glue my elbows down just like the guillotine. You'll notice that when you focus on movement drills, a lot of jiu-jitsu is mechanics, how you're attacking things, how you're positioned around your opponent, as opposed to, you have to, there's this thing and then there's this thing and there's this thing and they're not connected, So again, boom, elbows down, okay? Now from here, I'm gonna keep my weight like I would have it on my opponent, and then I have it on my shoulder, all right? From here, I extend my hips, okay? Just like I would a straight ankle lock, okay? And then I come back up. I'm up the straight ankle lock, I get into my position, okay? Or I have my position, I get into my straight ankle lock, I come up nice and high, glue my elbows down, come to my side, okay? Hips off the ground. They wouldn't be on the ground in real, in actual jiu-jitsu. If they were, it would be because my opponent was tight to me and I was squeezing in a full ashi position. All right, so I like to keep my hips up, and then I drive my hips forward, keeping my grip nice and tight. Again, like a lot of times in straight ankle, what happens is as people extend, the arm comes down, and it makes a weaker lock. So this is a great time for you to focus on keeping it tight, get a good extension. Okay, then we move on. Okay, so again, I get the ankle lock, okay? I get my my hands up to my heart, elbows down, elbows aren't out, elbows are down, using my back. Then I rotate onto my side. I'm already getting a lot of pressure. And then from here, I extend, okay? Notice, look at all that energy I have to put into the lock and all that movement, okay? So next for the straight ankle lock is if he rolls, okay, just like the heel hook. All right, so I come in nice and tight. All right, I'm gonna go on my side. For whatever reason it doesn't work, so I'm gonna choose to go belly down. So now I post on my head, I come up on my knees, picture my knees together, and then I'm gonna push my hips to the mat. Okay, arch my back, hopefully break his ankle, right? Or get a tap. So I come up, elbows nice and tight, come in here, boom, I straighten, it's not working. I go belly down to get that much more force. Now I have more gravity on my side. Finish. Okay? So with a partner, for example, okay? That's why I like doing these before I roll, because you know, no matter how I got there with the submission flow or whatever's going on, the mechanics for the submission are, you know, going to be pretty much the same. So I get my lock, I come, it's not working, I come. Okay. I didn't really get this. Sorry. I didn't really get the hip down. You know, so because of the mechanics, now my hips are higher. I have gravity on my side. It works a lot better. All right. So those are a couple. Before we get into like combining them and kind of making a shadow grappling skill. Okay. I want to go ahead and ask if anybody has any questions. I know we've really covered a lot, you know, we've covered like a ton of submissions, you know, and also kind of the mechanics behind the submission, you know, and just essentially doing it in the air, okay? So if anybody has any questions, please feel free.
Boston sure does.
I do.
Matt,
Yeah.
the arm bars, are those from full mount or side control?
Full mount, but you can kind of work them. You can work them into the side too, you know. So the arm bars that we're doing, you know, are like I'll do the one where we're nice and low because I feel it's a little more applicable, you know. So I'm down here, I'm grinding them out. Okay, I get shoulder exposure. I get his elbow nice and high, right? So I decide I'm gonna attack that one. I come up, I come to my S mount, okay? I'm gonna reach through and grab both arms, all right? So for the first one, we lean this way. That's why I like coming up on this because it puts weight on this side. We lean this way, we step over, keeping our heels down, and then we finish the arm bar, okay? The other one from there is I'm gonna seatbelt the arm that I'm gonna attack, and I underhook his side. And then I do the same thing, but now he's less likely to be able to come up into me, or he's also less likely to be able to do like a hitchhiker, okay? And then from here, now I would work on attacking his defenses. From side control, you know, you can pretty much do the same thing, right? We have a far side arm bar or we have a near side arm bar, okay? So for the near side arm bar, we get a lot of pressure, okay? So we've isolated this arm. Now we're gonna come up like on our toes, okay? So for here, this is where you kind of have to be quick. This is gonna come into the armpit, and this is gonna come over, okay? For this, we wanna pull to this side. That way he can, because the weakness of this arm bar is he can hitchhiker pretty easily that way, okay? But if I pull the elbow to this side, he hitchhikers, not gonna happen. Far side arm bar. Now I overhook, so I isolated this arm. I step. Okay. And again, you can do that without a partner. Okay, so same thing. I would hook, step.
Good question.
Yeah, good question, Bosco. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns?
Are you coming? I don't want to do that.
Dude, I hear a lot.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Hey, when somebody tries to put the boot on with a straight ankle lock, do you go the belly down as well?
Yes, absolutely. You can go belly down, or that's an opportunity for you to go heel hook too. Okay. So, and that's where like combining these drills comes in, you know? So, one, all right, I go for this. He puts his boot on, go over cross, I rotate. Now I have more leverage.
I always help you with your stuff.
All right. Or, all right, he puts the boot on. I use that as an opportunity to get heel exposure. I reap. All right, and now I'm in for our heel hook flow. Okay, so that's where like in your mind you can think, you know, like, all right, I'm in here, I'm passing guard. All right, I get a leg exposure, I come, he puts his boot on. Now I switch to the heel hook, I reap. Now I'm here. Now he rolls, I finish. Good question, Dave. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Other defense too. Tell them that other defense too.
What other defense?
To turn into the heel hook.
That's
That's true. Yeah, we'll tell them that.
Any other questions?
I guess not.
No, all good? All right, good. So now all we do is we just combine all the drills, okay? All the drills that we went over, all right? You can combine them with our motion drills too, you know? So like I said, you just kind of want to be creative, always visualizing an opponent. Like when you're forced to train by yourself, you know, you have to visualize that there's an opponent there, okay? To make it more applicable to live training, and to also, you know, if you're just kind of like, it's kind of with anything, you know, like if you're just going through the motions, you're only going to get so much out of it. Whereas if you're visualizing, that's a huge component to success in anything. Okay, so visualizing is huge. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and demonstrate like a little flow that it may happen. You know, or one that this is what, like, when I'm doing these drills, when I'm doing my motion drills, into my grappling drills, like I call it shadow grappling, you know, because it's like shadow boxing, but, you know, you're grappling. And so, for example, like, you know, we would start, okay? So I hit that down block, move it around. I hip down. I hip down into a front headlock, into a guillotine. Okay? So now from here, I get everything ready to go for my guillotine. All right, it doesn't work, so I sweep him. Now I'm in mount. Now I'm just gonna attack my arm bar. So I attack my arm bar, boom, he sits up into me. I go for my triangle. All right, he gets out of my triangle, he passes. I elbow escape. I come up, and now we're neutral. Okay, I elbow pass. I go for my sweep single. I get my takedown. All right, so from here, like you could have a dummy too. All right, but you know, I pass to my side control. I sit out, go for an arm bar. It doesn't work. I go to my reverse sit out. Go to my mount. I come underneath. I sit. This time I sit from side control all the way to triangle. I come through triangle. Triangle's not working. I finish the arm bar. Come back up, go to neutral. Okay, you can do it. Think about it, like you're not always winning. Like, you know, in grappling, we're not always winning. So now let's say, you know, like I get taken down. I shrimp. I recover half guard. I get my underhook. I come up to my single. Okay, I run the pipe. I hit my knee cut into my side control. Okay, I'm working from here. I go knee on belly. We do our knee on belly drills. My opponent exposes an arm. I hop right into the arm. It doesn't work. Come up, neutral. Okay, we hit down. right, he's too worried about the guillotine, he exposed his back. All right, I skip into his back. Immediately go for your naked choke. Boom, submission. Then I come back up. Okay, I'm moving around, hit my down block, move that leg, and then my down block. I move it, hit down, come up to my guillotine. I go for it, doesn't work, and go from guillotine to triangle. Okay, he stacks me, get out of my triangle, I shrimp, I come up, I get my guard back, go up to the hip bump sweep, triangle, boom. All right, so, during this time, we have to be creative with our training. So, use your imagination when you're doing these drills. It'll help you. Like I said, I like to do them. I notice a difference when I do them before I roll and when I don't do them. Simple, okay? If not my first 2 rounds, or me trying to do jiu-jitsu, I'm not really doing jiu-jitsu very well, and I get warmed up and get moving my 3rd, 4th, 5th, my later rounds. Or if I'm warm when I first start, I roll a lot better, because I've already visualized submitting somebody 15 times, 20 times. All right? So, do you have any questions? Do you have anything to add?
Can you order a specific sequence for maybe a minute or 2 minutes? It's I don't want to do it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So now I'm gonna put you guys through a sequence of something we could do. All right. So I'm gonna call out commands. Okay. So you can do this at home. Get more of a workout in. And again, this is I'm thinking about what reactions can happen, where the match can go from any given position where we're at. Okay. And just kind of going from there, So I'll call out commands, and I'm just gonna kind of move through it a little bit. All right, so and you can visualize this if you're competing up to touching hands and fist bumping before the match. So you bow, touch hands, fist bump. You're ready to go. Boom, motion, hand fighting a little bit, hand fighting, elbow pass, single leg. Boom, opponent gets out of it. Motion, level change, penetration step. Boom, penetration step. Boom. All right, we got a good wrestler here. He shoots on you, sprawl, front headlock. Boom, guillotine. We're gonna go right to the guillotine. Boom. Boom. Now here he's a tough guy, so we use our outside leg. We sweep over. We sweep him out. Boom. We get our points. Good. So now we go knee on belly. We get our knee on belly points. Boom. Good. Moving, getting a lot of pressure. Good. Back to mount. Good. Now we're going to look for our R bar. We smash him a little bit. Grind his face in. Good. Now we come up to our R bar. Boom. We sit back. We get his opposite hip. We sleep on him in. Boom. Good. We're working for our R bar. He comes up into us. We go triangle. Boom. We're working for our triangle. He stacks us. He passes us from here. So we immediately want to shrimp, or we're in turtle. Either way, we shrimp. We get our guard back. Boom. Good. We get our guard back. We get our half guard. We're moving around. We come up into him for a single leg, for a drive over sweep. Boom. Good. Now we're on his half guard. We come up. We're going to knee cut through. We start the knee cut. Doesn't work. We're going to X pass. Boom. Up to knee on belly again. Now we're going to go right to north-south. And let's say we're Isaac, so we're going to go for a north-south choke. Boom. Tap. No question. Match over. Boom. All right. Yeah, boom. Pan Am champion. Just like that. That's probably about how the match, probably not as long, actually. So.
Really though, you never know in this sport.
Really though, yeah, you never know. That's life. All right. So let's go through one more. All right. So same thing. Motion. We're always starting from our feet. Because jiu-jitsu matches always start from the feet. Self-defense is going to start from the feet. We can pull guard if we want, but that's no points. All right. So we shoot. Boom. Yep. Moving around. We shoot. We navy. Boom. Yeah. Good. Right to top half guard. Good. Now from here, yep, we can either go under over sweep, We can work that. We can come up. We can try to smash in his face. Work leg pummeling through. We come to side control. From side control, we go for a far side armbar, just like Bosco asked about. So boom. He comes up into us. Good. We go triangle. Good. It doesn't work. It's not working for us. It's not working for us. We use that to get on top. We go mount. Good. We go knee on belly. Go knee on belly. We reverse knee on belly. We enter into our leg locks. Good. We go for the knee bar, but that's not working. Opponent turns into us, and we're going to go straight ankle lock. Boom. So we straight ankle. Yeah. We go belly down. Boom. We get a tap. Boom. Finish. So you guys can see that you know we have to be a little creative when we're doing these on our own. But at the same time, we kind of like makes us think about what our opponent can do in these different situations and gets you visualizing things like, you know, a little differently than you may have been if you were just working this series with a partner, you know? And also you can kind of develop where you think you would want to go throughout these, you know, because we all have, you know, we shouldn't favor any submission, but we all kind of have favorites, you know? So with that being said, you know, develop pathways of positions where you're strong, you know, and that's a big part of the key to winning is always being in your game and not being in your opponent's game, you know? But the other side of that is the more you visualize being in your opponent's game and succeeding as far as escaping or countering, the more you're apt to do that when you are being smashed or crushed or almost submitted, okay? So anybody else have any questions?
Can we watch him do it a little bit? I want to watch him.
Yeah, I want to see you guys. I want to see you guys do this.
Let's go, Dave. All right. Go ahead on your own. I want to watch. Now, you wrestlers, just do your wrestling flow. Same thing. Let's go, Bosco. Get out in the yard. You know your landlord's getting mad.
Jaden.
Yeah, like 12 people. That's it. Boys 12.
Good, guys. Work your flows. We're watching. I'm giving you grades right now. Whoever's giving you those toes,
Yeah,
that's
no,
weird.
no points for the toes.
Collaborate, you get 0.
Yeah,
Collaborate.
negative points.
Negative points for Collaborate.
Good. Pick up the pace, guys, a little bit. Pick up the pace now. Try to put two things together. That's it, Lucas. Alex Kaufman's looking good. That's Rock. Is that Rock? Remember those two brothers? Lucas is doing good.
Lindsay, you can see a small cow in her house. That's very
Brett
nice.
Collins. Where's Lindsay? I missed her.
She's down at the bottom here. She's putting in work on that.
Yeah,
on that
Lindsay.
toe.
Now I see.
Yeah, look at that. Straight ankle. Look at that. Excellent.
Nice straight ankle, Linz.
That's
Savage.
excellent.
Taking ankles.
Yeah, Brett's got an actual dummy. See, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Brett's working hard.
Brett's
Nice rear naked choke, Brett. Good. 30 seconds. Let's go. Let it fly. You grapplers, I need 5 submissions. Wrestlers, I
Yeah,
need
rear
5
triangle
takedowns.
from Brett Collins.
Rear triangle.
Brett Collins in the lead with the rear triangle.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Bosco's working. Good.
Nice, guys. Time. I think that's good. Good job. Just gonna unmute everybody. Great job, guys. We can hear you.
I need to say goodbye. I need to say
Good job.
All right, how's everybody feel with that? Good stuff. Yeah, how's everybody feel with that? Any questions?
Good. That was confusing.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a lot of jiu-jitsu. That's a lot of jiu-jitsu. You know, that's a lot of mechanics. That's a lot of technique. And I've been doing jiu-jitsu for like 16 years. And that's what I've developed as far as like my own solo drills in that time. So that's a lot of jiu-jitsu study. So if it is confusing, that's good, you know? That just means we got to do more jiu-jitsu.
Someone's all wound up.
Yeah, someone's wound up there.
Good. Anybody else? Bosco's all pumped up.
Yeah, I love
Right. You have anything, buddy?
Good. One question I had was about the second.
I
What is it?
The second armbar from mount, but I knew that's mount.
I'm probably driving crazy.
I just wanted
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Hold on.
Hey, one second.
Just mute everybody and unmute.
Okay.
Hold on. Unmute. Okay, Brett, what's
All
up?
right, what were we gonna say, Brett? Oh, wait. 1 second.
All right, we good now?
Yeah.
Good to go, champ.
The second armbar from mount, like it's the same S mount, but you're low, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
just the same
Yeah.
movement.
Yep.
Okay.
For sure. You're still like you're bringing your knee up. You're getting that you're collecting that space between his shoulder and his head, kind of, breaking his posture a little bit.
And you're just
And then
you're sliding your knee up on the side that you capture the arm, like in the head and arm, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's what I wasn't sure.
Well, it could be either. It's just whichever arm you can harness with coming up, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
Because you could be under both arms from mount.
Yeah.
That's not a
But
bad.
for
That's
both
actually
of them, really, you want to grab both arms, right? If you can. You want to bunch both arms.
You can do either. You can grab both arms and then fall back into your Jiujitsu, or while you're in that S mount, you can harness one to your stomach and then come underneath his thigh.
But do you find it easier to harness both? So like he can't get,
No, not really. When you harness both, you kind of feel like you have a tighter armbar, but your opponent has his hips. So it's easier for him to come up into you and, get his elbow through or stack or one of those escapes. Whereas when you glue it to your stomach and you come underneath his thigh, you remove a lot of his defenses early in the battle.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just thinking about the grip. I wasn't thinking about the
Oh yeah, no worries.
Thanks,
Cool,
man.
man. No problem.
Don't finish them off a little 4-minute cardio.
It doesn't matter.
That's great.
5 till.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's great, guys. So get like 5. Your homework is 5 minutes. 5-minute drill on your own, shadow grappling, nonstop. You should get a sweat in. All right. So everything from wrestlers, obviously our motion drill, and jiu-jitsu guys, get in your submissions. Think about your chains. Also think about your opponent escaping and where you're gonna go. Okay. You just keep moving. All right. 5-10 minutes at least. All right, guys. All right, I hope that helped out, everybody. Thanks for joining in. And if you have any questions, you can always message me or Noah or Isaac or Dom about about anything. And we hope everybody's doing good. And we hope to see you guys soon.
Good job, man. Thanks.
Good job, guys. Look great. See you everyone Saturday morning. Hey guys, real quick. These classes are going to be archived. We'll put them out on our YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch them and take the class whenever. So feel free. Our YouTube channel should be going live tomorrow, and I'll post it up on the Hammer Squad page for you guys that can't take the class maybe and want to take it on your own time. And then Saturday, I think our next class is Saturday at 10:30. Saturday at 10:30, we have a class. So, and Dom has his striking class tomorrow at 5. So anyone wants to do striking, I think that's a great idea for anybody. Good workout. So Tom does a great job at putting you guys through a great workout and technique. So great job, awesome job. Everyone give Coach Shaffer a hand. Did a great job today.
Oh, stop it.
He loves it. All right, I'll see everybody this week.
Loves the admiration.
You guys, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.